session, we are going to discuss cutting cycle, loops, and subprogram. Okay, subprogram, right? So if you see here, this picture shows CNC mobile app. These are all the two apps available. You can check G codes and M codes for this. Okay. Okay. So cutting cycle we have already discussed. Here I am giving you another example for what do you say cutting cycle example. Okay. So if you look at here, the first few lines, tool selection, compensation, etc. These things. Okay. So at this location, I am keeping my tool 3 mm away from the job. If you see that this is my job, let us assume this is my job. Okay, thickness, front view I am showing you, this is the thickness of the job. I am keeping my tool such that very closer to this job. This is my tool. This is my tool. This distance is 3 mm. This is the reference point here. This is 3 mm. Okay, by setting z is equal to 3, what happens? The tool is placed very closer to the surface at a distance of 3 mm away from the surface. This is the reference point R. Okay, every drilling is over. The tool will be retracted and goes to this position, z coordinate position. So that is the meaning. Here, if you put R is equal to 3 in the sense, tool is kept away from the surface of the tool 3 mm. The surface of the workpiece 3 mm. Right. So let us see this. G81 is drilling cycle. G99 is referring to drill will return to the R plane, reference plane, or the reference point level. Every completion of every hole, the tool will go to this position. I mean, the Z value of the tool will be 3 mm. That is the setting, G99. G91 is incremental programming, means from the previous position, it will take the value of x and y. Okay, absolute means every coordinate is referred in this case. For instance, here 0, 0, this is x, y. The another point somewhere here, this is x1, y1. In this case, this x1 and y1 is referred from the same origin here. This is absolute. In case of incremental, this will be considered as a origin. From this, what is the distance? X and y value. Here, I mean, ly value is given inputted. This is what the incremental coordinate system. Okay, so while I am executing, I am calling G81 function. The coordinate system is this x20, y20. So this is the center point of this circle, the drill, first drill, center point. So this will be your 0, 0, origin point 0, 0. From this, if you define x equal to 20, y is equal to 20, what happens? Your tool will go to this location. Exactly this location. The z value of this will be like this. Okay, tool moves to xy coordinate of this, and the distance from the workpiece surface is 3 mm. It is moving here. Okay, once it has reached this place, I am giving depth of cut. Depth of cut in the sense the drill will rotate with certain RPM. This will be entering into this, so that I can make a hole. Okay, so this is Z movement of the tool in Z direction, so that the drilling is done at this location. This hole is done. Right. Here, if you refer, the K is equal to 3 means this operation is repeated 3 times. Okay, since first time execution is over, we are making the first hole. Okay, feed rate is 100. Z feed rate is 100 mm per minute or mm per revolution. It depends on the machine. We are giving the feed rate M08. M08 is coolant on. Okay, so the first hole is done. Again, the same cycle is repeated. Why? I am setting the value is 3. Next time, K will become 2. I mean, second cycle, it means, and X value on 20, X20, Y20. What does it mean? From this position, 20 units here, 20 units in Y direction. Means it is an incremental coordinate system. Therefore, tool will be moving to this place. This place, 3 mm above this work surface. Again, the drilling is done. Second, in this time, while making this hole, drilling this hole, K value will be 2. One more time it will be executed. Okay, from this point, 20 units here, 20 units in Y, so that it will go to here, and the another drilling is done. Okay, once K has reached 3, it will not execute the same line, it will go to the next line. Here, G80, what I am doing is, I am cancelling the drilling cycle. Drilling cycle cancel. Okay, once it is cancelled, and rapid movement of the tool, G00 rapid movement of the tool, G90 is absolute coordinate system, and Z100 means the tool is kept kept away from the job. This is the tool. This distance is going to be 100. That is the meaning. Z value, we are moving it far away. Okay, and stop the spindle so that 3 holes at conditions and looping. So most of you are familiar with these things, conditions and looping. The C program or any program language, this is very predominantly used. Here, what is the difference is that I will give you here. The first condition is go to. Go to is unconditional movement. Means, you see, this is the block number 100. Go to 120. If this line is executed, what happens? The controller will move from 120. It will skip whatever statement written in between. It will skip this, and it will go to straight away. This pointer will goes to here. N120. This, without any condition or any statement checking, it will go to in between line. It will skip, and it will go to the pointing block. Okay, it is unconditional jump. Second one is if condition. If condition, you can do some checking. For instance, in this case, you can save certain value. This is memory location 100. I am saying this value as 5. Okay, I am setting if hash 100 is greater than or equal to GE, greater than or equal to 0, means it is 0. Really it is 0, right? 5 is greater than 5. If it is true, set of instruction written here will be executed. If this statement is false, it will go to X. Go to X means whatever location you are mentioning here, the block number where it will begins the execution. Okay, this is a conditional check you can do. So here you can see hash 100 is a memory location where you can store any value, numerical value equal to 0. If it is 0, set of instruction you can give. Go to 200, like something like that. Else, if this condition fails, it will straight away go to whatever instruction given at block number 110. This is if condition. So other than that, the conditional statement should be written like this. It should be written in a square bracket. Okay, variable value is defined with a hash 100 to hash 500. You can store the number, whatever number you wanted to store. And these are all the comparing operators. So equal to, this symbol you cannot use. You have to write EQ. Not equal to, this symbol you are not supposed to use. Or this symbol is not valid here. You have to write NE. NE is meaning for not equal. GT is greater than. GE is greater than or equal. LT is less than. LE is less than or equal to. So these are all the comparing statements you have to use. These symbols are not valid in G code. Okay, the machine control unit cannot recognize. MCU cannot recognize these symbols, but it can recognize EQ, NE, GT, GE, LT, LE. So these are all the comparisons. Based on that, you can write your program. So while, this is also a conditional statement. If you say at location 100 value 1 is stored, while this statement less than or equal to 5 is equal to 5. So condition 2 because hash 100 is equal to hash 100 plus 1. Now it is 1 plus 1. So hash 102 will be stored. It is incremented. So in C programming, people used to write I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, it is a pointer, incremental. The same logic is used. So it keeps on in the loop until it breaks. The condition becomes false. If it becomes false, what happens? Do 1. Do 1 in the sense it will recognize this value and it will identify the looking for the end of the loop, end 1. If it is true, these statements are executed. If it is false, whatever condition you are giving here, where it will go. In this case, end 1 in the sense the pointer will comes out of the loop. So you can use nested while conditions. So this will be first loop, this will be the second loop, and this will be the third loop. You can check n number of checking. The syntax remains same. Okay, here do loop, how it works. You have to initialize the counter value as 1. Okay, CNC block, increment the counter by 1. If counter exceeds the maximum value, it is a check, conditional check. Okay, if exceeds, stop the program. If not, go to this place. So this is the working of do loop. If you can check this value in this workpiece, and our objective is to make 5 different holes, 5 holes at equally distance, equally spaced. This is 1 mm or 1 inches in this case. Okay, 1 inch. This is 1 inch distance between. Okay, it is a CGS system they have used. Okay, our intention is to make 5 drilling on this workpiece. Okay, here I can use the drilling cycle G25. Okay, G25 syntax is you have to give this value start block, this is end block, Li is number of times. What does it mean is G25 I can write and N03, N07 and 3. What does it mean is while I am giving this value, I can define X, Y, Z value, etc. The block number 03 to 07 will be executed 3 times. Okay, it specifies the number of times the loop should execute. This is G25 signal. I mean, this is looping. Looping you can do with this cycle also. Okay, so in this case, actually the workpiece 2 different holes are made. One is smaller one. After that, changing the tool and repeat the same. You can, I mean, counter pouring kind of thing. You can enlarge the diameter of the hole. That is what the thing. So the same program is repeated. Initially, these are all the reference setting, tool selection, speed of rotation of the spindle, everything. That is a standard definition. It is defined here. And G81 is a drilling cycle. G99 reference point. X.5 Y1 means this point will be selected. The controller will move the table, CNC table, at this location. Then Z value minus 0.162 means the depth of cut is this. Depth of cut is this. The drill will make a hole. Drill it will make. Okay. Next, the beginning of this L5. The first time itself the value is initialized to 1. P06 Q06 means the block number this, it is referring to this particular block number. It will be repeated 5 times or 4 times, you can say. The first execution of this line for the first time, it will be 1. Okay, another 4 times so that you can make 5 different drilling. In this case, incremental is used, G91. So initial location is here. Next time, while it is executed, what happens? X will be 1. From here, X will be 1. Here, Y value remains same. Next execution, X will be incremented by 1. So this center. Again, this center. Likewise, you can make n number of holes. Here, 5 number of holes you can make. Change the tool, remains same. Again, you can choose some other tool and you can repeat the same. Because I am making a small hole initially, then I am enlarging it. This is the explanation. Do loop you can execute in this fashion. Next one is subprogramming. This is very interesting and important feature of G course. You can write a main program like this. This is a program number. You can write n number of blocks. Finally, you can stop the spindle. Okay. In between, if you want to do any other operations, M97 will call another program. This is the program number. Give the program number. How many times you want to execute? That is defined by L1. Okay, how many times you want to execute the subprogram? That is given by this value. Next, jump to subprogram. Once the MCU understand this line, it will choose or it will run the program number this program number here. This is a subprogram. You are doing n number of operations in between. At the end of the subprogram, you have to give M99. It will understand that subprogram is over. Okay, once M99 is read by the MCU, missile control unit, it will take the movement to the next line immediate to the M98. It will go to this place and again it will be executed. This is what. Okay, I have given you a very good example video that I will explain in the next slide. Okay, so this is a program CNC milling. How the subprogramming is involved. You look at this. Okay, so the standard definition of tool selection, rotation, etc. feed rate is fixed in this 2 line, and here G00 rapid movement x minus 21 y 50 means starting point I am defining. Z 0.5 means the tool will be 0.5 mm above the work surface. So this is my start point. Okay, the green color point I am referring to. Next, what I am doing is Z value 0 means it will be very close or just touching to the work surface G00 very rapidly. Next, M99 is subprogram call. Program number is given here. Once this line is read by the MCU, what happens? It will go to here. From here, it will go this particular place, and these points will be executed. What are all the lines written over here will be executed. What is written here? So Z value is set 0. Here I am setting Z is minus 2.5, means the depth of cut will be 2.5 mm. G91 is incremental coordinate system. Okay, so every coordinate is defined with respect to the previous point, not based on the original origin. G91 is here, and G1 is linear interpolation, straight line motion. G90, what is G90? Absolute with respect to reference. In this case, this is the reference 0, 0. Okay, 0, 0. Now X5, Y50. X5, Y50 in the sense from here it will move like this at this point. So this cut is taking place. Next, what happens? It is a circular interpolation, clockwise or anti-clockwise. You have to check. It is a clockwise. Therefore, G2. Endpoint coordinate you have to give here. X value is 22. Y value is from here to here. What is the distance? You have to read the diagram. Understand the diagram and find out the Y value corresponding to this. Okay, here Y value is 85.23 because Y value is referred from here to here. This is Y value. Sorry, from here. This is a Y value you have to refer. Okay, this Y value you have to give so that you can find out this value. And the center point, location of the center point of the circle with respect to start point, which will be 45 mm right hand side. From this point, from this is the start point. Its center point will be somewhere here. This is in the positive direction. Therefore, you have to give this. Okay. So by defining center point, by giving end point and radius of the arc, you can complete this. Machining. Okay. Once the finally it will reaches to the starting point. Here the ending is over. The profile is machining is over. Next moving it to means subprogram end. Once the controller reads this line, it will go to this line, next line. From here, the things will be executed. So it need not be like this. You can have any sort of program. So the next video will clarify how subprogram works. Okay, this is a simple example. It is a milling actually. It is performed in a VMC, vertical machining center. So this is the top view. This is the top view of it. This is the top view I have drawn. The dimensions are known. Here, the depth of cut, you find it. It is 80 mm. So in a single cut, you cannot do this one. Okay. So every time 0.5 mm, 0.5 mm. If I am giving depth of cut 0.5 mm, I have to run the program 160 times, right? If I am giving depth of cut as 1 mm, in that case, I have to run the program for about 80 times. Depending on the depth of cut, I have to run the program. So 80 times I have to write, or I can call this subprogram. So memory is saved and this memory space is saved, and very effectively you can do the program. Okay, so this video, you just watch it, you will be understanding. In this subprogram is explained here. Just a moment, I want to see. Okay. Okay, this is how the hole is made. Okay. Coolant on. So coolant on. So how the center point is fixed? This is a very important thing. It is accurate center. It is placed here. Understand? So what actually here done is, you just watch this. Okay. This is a point. Just a moment. I'm mentioning it here. So this is a point. I am making it to touch this place, and I am moving this job in the left hand side. X-axis alone I am moving, and it will be touching here. Okay. So by touching here and here, I can read the length of the job. Okay, which will be displayed in a screen. Okay, suppose its length is 180 mm. 180 mm. I can give the x value 90, means the center point will go. If this is my job, by touching this, I can find out the x value. Here x0, here x 180. Suppose I find this value is 180. I have to give the value 80. 80 in the sense I can find out a line like this. X equal to 0 I can set. Similarly, I can move this accurate center above the work surface, and I can move the job in y direction by making this touching here, and I'm moving it out. I'm moving the job here. One more time I'm touching, so that I will be knowing the length of this. Let us see, this is 40 mm. In that case, half of this value will be this. I can set the y value. Therefore, I can set this value as 0, 0. So how you can give the center point of the job, that is explained in this session. Okay, so you just watch this. Just a moment, I will show this. Okay, it is touching one end of the workpiece. Now it is moving along the x-axis. Job is moved, and the job is again touching it. Understand? So this value you can read it from the CNC display or the monitor. This is positive direction and negative direction of x movement. Center point you can fix x equal to 0. Now y direction, it is touching here. Now move the job, I mean the accurate center above the surface. Move it along y. Now you bring it down, touch the job, you can find out the length. So the xy dimension of the job is fixed here. That is x equal to 0, y is equal to 0. This setting will be explained here. You see this is the monitor. So if you find out xy, some random value will be there. First you set x value as 0. Relative value you can set it to 0. Now you have to move the job in x direction and touch the probe accurate center at the other end, so that the reading of x here will give you the length of the job. Clear? Length of the job. So the other end you can find out the length 180 mm. So half of this value is 90. Again you can move it to 90. Middle of the line you can fix. Now you set this value as 0. You watch here, x value is preset to origin. So this will be the 0. X value is 0. This setting is done. Now y. Touch it at one location. Move the job in the other direction. Touch it and you can find out the length. In this case, it comes 55 mm. So half of the value you have to set here, 27.5, and set this value as y value. Okay, you can set. Now exactly the midpoint will become the origin. We are setting the origin. It's a work offset. So G54 defining. Okay. X0 in the sense this will be the machine coordinate. Real machine coordinate system is this x value, y value, corresponding value. You can give this value. Okay. So you can write a program for relative system. The corresponding machine value is understand by the machine tool by referring G54. Now the Z offset, how it is done. The tool is kept very close to the job. Just watch it carefully, very close. By using a paper, insert the job and tool, you can keep it so close. It is moving now. There is some tight, then you can stop movement of the Z. Okay. This is what Z is equal to 0. So this is machine value Z value display. You look at it, Z value minus 64.401. This value you have to set. So you have to preset. If you set preset, it will become the Z0. You look at in geometry offset, this value we have to insert 60, right? Okay. Diameter of the diameter is T, offset is 25. So center is 5 sorry, 30, 50, 10 mm away. Center point of the you have to write a program for this. So this one we know that. So here, anti-clockwise circular interpolation will be done. This line indicates that this line is red by blue color line. This line is in execution. It will rotate. Height of the setting is at 100 means the tool will be 100 mm away from the workpiece. Tool is bring down, the distance is reduced to 30 mm. So now, so Z is 0, very close, very close. It has kept and feed rate is set to 500. T90 is absolute coordinate system. It's used this line. Here, cutter compensation left is used because we are making anti-clockwise circular arc. 98, you just look it out. This is 98. This is program number 160 times. 160 times it will be executed. So every time we are giving depth of cutoff 0.5. Z is 0.5. Okay, G03 counterclockwise circular interpolation. Depth is 0.5 mm. So this is the definition of circular arc. Feed rate is given. It's the center point of the circle value given. It will be executed for 160 times. So you can 80 mm depth. So M cancel. So it is machining is happening actually. You look at it, X, Y values are changing, machining is happening. Okay. See this, the first pass is over. We are in this case, 0.5 m the is made. It's, this is how the machining is happening. It is a stationary. CNC tape is moving. XY is XY directions. So coolant on. It is a final cut. You can make a stock removal. Okay, so it's a simple example. Stock removal 160 times the subprogram is called so that the required operation is required stock removal is done. Okay, so next I wanted to show you the another video which is a very the similar to that. I want to sound. Okay, I can mute it. You just see that. Supposing I wanted to make a logo SSN 100 times in a long, I mean, in a every job I wanted to do this one, I can have two different jobs, fix. Okay, the 100 times I can call this program so that I can cut the logo 100 times. Okay, I need not write 100 programs. The same program I can call for 100 times so that I can do the required number of logos. Okay, the machine shown here is not a milling machine, it is a drilling and tapping machine. Okay, the tool is stationary. As per the program, the CNC table is moving so that the required part can be machined. This is actually automatic tool changer has changed the tool. That is also possible. It is used for stock removal or combining n number of programs. So automatic tool changer has changed the tool. The operation continues. Okay, so it is another example. This is a different tool holder size is showing here. This is a very small machine, so 30 size tool holder is used. Okay, the stock is to be removed from here to the end of the job. Okay, 5 or 6 programs I am writing, and it will be executed continuously so that the stock removal is performed as per the requirement. It is a simulation how it works. Okay, simulation part is shown here. Likewise, so it's a very long program. I can set tool offset here G54, from here to here it will move, G55 it will move here to here, 56, 57 and 58. So I am changing the reference point so that the machining will happen continuously. For every end of every subprogram call, I am changing the origin 54, 55, 56 like that, so that the machining continues. So it's a first subprogram call. The machining is happening here. Okay. It is end. Once it is ended, it is moving up. G55 is the another starting point, so that it continues. Again, I can call the same program. The stock removal continues. Okay. This is an interesting example. What are the operations involved? So every job, every workpiece, I can make 2 jobs simultaneously. It involves is not tool changing, it is a job changing. Actually, job is fixed here. Okay, workpiece material is fixed here. This is a compensation, cutting tool compensation, or the workpiece compensation you can say. Okay, M98 is program call. Program number 2 is called. What is program number 2 is this one. Okay, G54 is the tool offsetting. The position of the tool is given to the program. Now facing is done. Code corresponding to this facing, 2 rough cut, 1 finish cut, 1 finish cut. Okay, once it is over, the tool offsetting is given G55. This will come into action and parting off is done. Parting off is done. Next, it goes to the next program. Immediately next. Okay, now the height is reduced. One part is over, so that the height of the job is reduced. You have to set the height again. Set the height, G43, you can set the height. All the program, the tool height is fixed. Since I am fixing the job, this is coming to, it is coming down. Z is reduced, it is kept at an appropriate place. Now, M98. Again, the same program is called, the operation repeated, subprogram call. Facing, rough cut, now finish cut is going on, now parting off. It is done. Okay. Now, it is over. Supposing I wanted to perform n number of operations, I have to repeat again. Change. Instead of here, workpiece is changed. Again repeated. Facing, rough turning, finish turning, parting off. Again you can run the same thing. Okay. So n number of job we can perform by, this is what the length adjustment, tool length adjustment, in this case job length adjustment you can do. So continuously you can make the job. So this is how we can execute the sub program. Okay, so okay, I'm stopping with this. Okay. So in this session we have discussed cutting cycle, loops, and what is that, a sub programming. Okay, with a 2 video session. Okay, I am stopping at this. Next class we will be talking on macro programming. Okay, hardly it may take 10 minutes, not more than that. With that, your course will be over. Thank you for attending the class. Now